Hey everybody, RX80 Joe here. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for some time, and I think this is the best time to do it. My Series 1 1980 RX7 is just about complete. It's about 90% done. Jason at Jason's Garage got the paint, the bodywork. It's all done. So if you're a fan of this channel and you have been following the restoration on this channel, you will understand what I have went through in the last 3 years. And I'm a happy guy. The body lines are amazing. The paint is amazing. And we'll get into the process when it came to the paint and what we've done to it. But before I start here, there has been a lot of people involved in this project. And I need to give out big thanks to many people. The first person I want to give a big thank you out to is Jim at JPR Imports in Blackwood, New Jersey. This guy, we grew up together, me and Jim. We raced the Rotaries back in the 90s, early 90s. And I had a second gen, 1986, and it was like Arctic Silver. I think that was the name of the paint. And we raced at ACO often over the years. And we actually attended the first Pan American at ACO Raceway. It's over 30 years ago, I think, or 25 years ago. It's been some time. So, yeah, so I used to race rotaries. Took a little hiatus from doing so. And now, in my 40s, I said, you know what? Got a good job. I just want to make something that's really nice. And I always liked the Series 1, 78 to 80. And I just liked the tail lights. To be honest with you, I love the tail lights, and I love the old school bumpers, the metal bumpers. It's not like the plastic fascias from 81 to 85. And I was just like, that's me. I want it. So I purchased one. And that's where we're at right now, man, with this car. So thanks, Jim, man. You've been a huge inspiration, and you actually referred me to a lot of people that we can trust to do phenomenal work, fabrication, wiring, all that stuff. The second thank you, and we'll go over these pictures, and I actually have a video of the car, as you see in this picture, all painted, and I do a 360 around the car video-wise, and that'll be at the end of this video. Second person I want to, put a big thank you out to was Wilmer at Wilmiranic. Wilmer is one of the best people to deal with. He goes over and above, and he'll do what you want, and he's very meticulous. So is Jim. All the people I dealt with are very meticulous, which I enjoyed. Like, they would not do anything without my approval, and I wasn't thick-headed about it. They would recommend stuff, and I said, you know what, yeah, let's do that. It's a good idea. And they would explain to me what the differences were if I went with a narrow band or a wide band when it came to the air fuel sensor. And Wilmer talked me into the wide band, of course. And he's been awesome throughout the whole process. And I was actually over his house when we first started the car, and when we had the new engine in there and everything, and he did all the wiring and installed the MicroTech, and the wiring is beautiful. So, Wilmer, thank you very much. You're an awesome guy. And the third person I wish to, put a big thank you out to is Wayne at 4130. He does awesome fabrication work. He did the exhaust, custom exhaust, turbo back. He also did the intercooling piping, and he created this really nice bracket, and he modified the inner core so it would fit right in the front. And he did an awesome job with that, man. So if you need fabrication work, go see Wayne at 4130. And there's other people that have been big supporters. Derek, he's a friend of ours in the area. Awesome guy. And I'm sure there are people I am missing here. Oh, and I forgot, most important person recently is Jason's Garage. Went to his house today. We put the car back together. It's not 100% back together, but we still have a few things to do. We just have to mount the bumpers, and we have to have the glass guy come in and put the quarter windows in. So I have a professional coming out installing the quarter windows. But Jason's Garage, he came up to me today, Jason, and he gave me this T-shirt. He's like, what do you think of the shirt? I'm like, well, the shirt's fucking awesome. I was like, I guess it's official then. I put it over my shoulder, and he goes, and they all start laughing, so it was pretty fun. But yeah, let's go over some pictures here, man. I'll show you some pictures, and then we'll get into the video that I have for you guys. So when it comes to the bodywork and the paint job, Jason had the car for 6 months, going on 7 months. And he was very meticulous. Of course, you're never going to have perfect paint or perfect body work. But when it comes to this car, it's pretty fucking straight, man. I mean, like the hood, the valance, the roof is impeccable. You can't find a spot on the fucking hood or on the roof. And the doors came out really beautiful. Fenders, like I said, there's like one or two little imperfections, but it's no big deal. And if I show you the car, you probably won't be able to pick them out. It's just us being picky and picking out the small imperfections. But other than that, the car is straight as an arrow. It looks beautiful. I don't know what kind of paint we use, but I did spend extra money for the top quality paint. It's close to the G4. I think it's G4. It's original color that came on in the 79 and 80s. And it's called mock green. But when I painted the engine compartment, we wanted to match that. So what we did, I think it's like a shade or two off from the original G4. So it came out really fucking close to the engine bay. But next year, we're going to take the engine out, freshen it up, pin it, and then I'm going to give it to Jason again in the winter, and he's going to do the engine bay over again. So he's just going to scuff it and then redo it so it looks really nice and sweet, and it matches the outside. Like I said, if you lift the hood up, you really can't really tell that it's off, and it's not off by that much, which didn't bother me. But yeah, so it has, I think, 2 coats of base, I think, and I know it has 5 coats of clear. He used 2 gallons of clear on the car, and it shows. And what he did was, which many people really don't do, is he wet sanded the whole car, and then he buffed it. And that's why the car looks really, really good. I mean, like, it's like a mirror. When you look at this car, it's not pixelated. It's really freaking clear. So it looks like you're looking into a mirror. So let's go over a couple of these pictures. So this is the first picture I took, and this is going to be the side of the vehicle. The images aren't really that clear. So here's the other side of the car. Here's the back end. And this is when I first got there. It's before we put all, you know, the fuel door on and the tail lamps, which we're going to get into those pictures here. This is the passenger side door where I buffed the mirrors. They came out really fucking awesome for being 30 years old, or 35, 36 years old, actually. Installed the door handle, all new weather strip on the car. So all the doors have brand new weather strip. The glass is perfect, so I didn't even have to try to replace the glass because the glass that was in it was in really great condition. And there's, of course, the little odds and ends I still have to do. And this is more of a straight down view of the vehicle. I know the tire sticks out a little bit, but it's because it has wheel adapters on there, and we're putting a new rear in it in a week or two. So those wheels will sink in at least another 2 inches into the wheel well. So we just want to see what it looked like with the weld wheels on there. So here's the tail lamps with new screws in them. Beautiful. I buffed these out, and they came out really good. Now, if anybody knows Series 1s, you're always going to have little cracks in the tail lamps. And there's a couple little cracks, but you really can't tell until you put your, you know, face up to it and see the cracks. But other than that, I mean, like, they look pretty fucking brand new. They look really good. I really did buff the shit out of them. And as you can see here, it's the other side. This is the car when we put it back in the garage because the glass guy didn't come out. So I was going to take it with me today, but I'm like, you know what, the glass guys, I don't want this, you know, at my house or in the garage without, you know, because the guy lives in the area, so I don't want him coming an hour away to do the quarter windows. So I said, leave it here. He's local. Let him come out and do what he needs to do on the quarters and get them installed. And also the window trim. We still have to do the window trim. So they're all painted black, you know, trim black, and they're going to look hot when they're on the car, the window trim. Or the windshield trim, I should say. So it's the back of it, which you can actually see how clear, how mirror-like the paint job is. Here's another picture. If you look at that left quarter there, it looks really fucking good. So this video here is at the end of the day where we had as much as we can put on the car, you know, done. So I did a 360 around it video, and Jason goes, well, why don't you try to start the car instead of pushing it in, because we don't want people's hands on it and try to maybe dent the vehicle. So I said, all right, we haven't started in like 7 months. So I was like, 6 or 7 months. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see if it'll fucking start. So we went in there, and the battery was really low, so we came out. So Jason brought out a battery charger. We put it on there, put a little boost on it, and we cranked it. 15 seconds. It didn't want to start. So I was like, let me take my foot off the pedal. So I cranked, zoom, started right up. And if you know rotaries, if they've been sitting for some time, they get a little finicky. I think the oil was set on at the bottom, and we should have shook the car to try to mix it up because it's an oil gas mix. and it started backfiring a little bit. It started right away, but it started backfiring a little bit. Like, pop, 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 and boom, 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 pop, 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 and it was running a little rough. So I shook the car a little bit, went back in, started right up, and then boom, it's, I guess the fuel sitting in the fuel line. Finally, boom, it ran perfect. So it runs really good. It's right there, responsive. Air fuel mixture is nice where it should be, and yeah, it basically started right up, man, after like 20 seconds of cranking. So it's not too shabby, man. So it's brand new engine, so it better fucking start right away. And yeah, I backed it right in, and the car runs great. So no issues with that. I do have to clean the engine compartment because from him spraying, I got dust in the engine bay, and it's a little filthy, but I'll take my time. It's going to take me like 6 to 8 hours to clean it, and with Q-tips and stuff, and make it look, nice and clean like it should. So let's get into this video. Here we go. So there you have it, everybody. The paint job is done, and it came out really good. So thanks for your newfound or continuous support for this channel. This channel is not done. This channel will always be up, but you're probably going to see more videos by me at shows, car shows, at events, drag racing the car. We still have to put the transmission in there, and we're putting a Turbo 2 transmission in there, and we're also putting a GSL SE rear in there. And yeah, so that'll be in a couple weeks because I want to get it done for the summertime. And I'll be at Pan Am this year, guys. So that's going to be fun. I always look forward to Pan Am. I've been there in the last 2 or 3 years. But I also was there for the first one, and the second one, and the third one, I think. So the first 3. And it's always a great time. It's always a wonderful time. Nice people. Chat with a lot of awesome people and just have a good time. So racing and rotaries. It's awesome. But thanks, guys. RX80 Joe out. Cheers.